All right, welcome back for episode 2 of Basics of Stretching. Today what we're going to do is work on our upper and lower body. We're going to do 5 to 6 stretches in each area just to get a nice total body workout. We're going to utilize some straps today as well. If you don't have any straps, you can use a towel, you can use your arms, worst case scenario. So let's get started. All right, we're going to start with lower body utilizing the strap. Now, if you have a nice loop, this is fantastic. Like I had mentioned in the first episode, we're going to flex our foot. And if you can't quite touch your toes, what you do is you grab the band and you just pull this towards your face. And grab my handy dandy timer. And we're going to go for 30 seconds, starting now. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could just hold this position and be comfortable. Or you can start using a little PNF, which is when you resist yourself. So I'm holding here and I'm pulling towards my face, and I'm going to bring my heel towards the ground. So I'm activating those muscles. You can hold it for about 10 seconds, then relax. And notice that when I relaxed, my leg came a little bit more towards my face. So again, activate and relax. So we're switching to the other side. So switch that foot. And go. Now, a question I get a lot when I teach my classes is, why is one side more flexible than the other? Which is a great question. This particular side on my right is my worst side, is the weak side, I guess you would call it. While doing this side, you'll notice that it's just like any other thing. With your hands, you write with one hand better than the other. It's the same with your legs. So for example, I tumble with my left leg, which is why that's more likely to be more flexible, because I utilize it a lot more when doing activities. So the next exercise we're going to do is called a floor scorpion with the side strap. Now, a scorpion, this is going to sound mortifying. It's when you bring your foot to your head. But we're not actually going to get that far today. So this one's laying on the floor, so you're comfortable. But I want to show you standing up real quick. So we're going to hook this here, and you're going to bring this around and pull towards your head. Now, so we don't die, because that's not good. We're going to lay on the floor, and I'm going to rotate and just bring that towards my head. Now, this seems really weird and very bendy, but it's going to work that quadricep. Again, if you have a towel, great. If you can grab your foot, even better. And I'd probably say hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, which seems really weird, but it's very helpful. Now, this one you can feel a little bit off balance, so if my leg goes back, I'm going to rock backwards. So you can take that leg nice and straight, bent in front. You can put one hand here to keep balance. Nice and tight. So we hit 20. I'm going to switch to the other side. So I'm going to put that on my other foot. Lay down. Rotate here. Now, for this one, I'm going to show you something a little different. You can grab your foot and pull it. Think about your heel to your glutes. That's really going to help out if you do not have a strap. So I just want to show you this for the other side. Nice, down in the quad, some of those hard areas. Of course, you could do this standing up, using a chair. We'll get to that in some of the future videos, but I wanted to give you a nice variety to work with. And let go. Perfect. So that one's a little more difficult, and you'll notice as we progress, they're going to get a little bit more difficult. So this next one, we're going to do a little bit of knee to chest. So you lay here, grab your knee, and pull this to your chest. Now, instead of just holding this position, I want you to think about kicking your heel away from you while you're grabbing that knee. So activate that muscle. Keep this leg down, and go. Perfect. And nice and tight. Sorry, I was having a little trouble with my timer there. Activate, activate. If not, you can just relax and hold this position. If you have a partner, you could put your heel on their shoulder and they can lean into you. Probably wouldn't start partner stretching until you're a little bit more comfortable, but it's always an option if you're not quite feeling that stretch. 30. Release. Switch sides. So lay this down. Bring it in, and we're going to knee to chest. Heel goes back. So I'm pulling in while my heel's coming out, or you could think that my knee's coming forward. Pull, 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 pull. Activate. Activate. Use those muscles we don't use every single day. Just a little bit longer. Breathe. And release. Okay. Next one that we're going to do today is we're going to do our quadriceps with a strap. Now, it's similar to that scorpion one we had done earlier, but this one's in a prone position, which is laying down. So I want to start here. Hook my foot. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can press this to your heel to your glute, but I grab it this way. Notice, now the purpose and the difference of this one versus the other one is I'm trying to get this leg as high as I can. Not only does it stretch your quadricep, but it's going to work the strength in your lower back. So let me reset this, and here we go. Hands forward for balance. This is just pulling. This is a nice, light stretch. This is something you don't want to pull your leg out or anything like that, but just nice and tight. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can pull it here, nice and comfortable. Bring that to your glute. Almost done. Keep breathing. 2, 1, and done. Release. So we're going to switch to the other side. And I'll just face the other direction. Again, we'll rotate. So pull, pull, pull. You can use this for balance. If you want to get a little bit more crazy, you can pull this a little bit harder with both of your arms. But for today, we're just going to be nice and light, holding onto that strap. Again, if you do not have one, you can switch it and hold it. This time I did it a little bit differently than I did last time. I hooked it in my elbow and I tightened that arm, or you can push down. Sometimes one's more comfortable for other people depending on how you're set up. So the next one we're going to do is get rid of the strap. We do some wrist stretches. So bring this out, rotate. Mine's all popping. Glucosamine chondroitin is great. It's a nice supplement that helps with your joints. So in, and grab and come out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Next one, we're going to grab the strap again. I know it's a handy dandy tool that we have. You can use a towel, you can use anything. This stretch, you can actually use a ruler. Just have to be careful. Now, believe it or not, this one they actually use in what I think it's kinesiology to measure your shoulder rotation, your flexibility, your range of motion. So what we're going to do is grab this wide, and we're going to bring this over our heads and forward. Now the key is not to bend that elbow. So nice and over. So we're going to do a couple of those. Now, if it's too easy, walk your hand in just a tad bit. This one right here. Again, rotate. Too easy, walk it in. Now again, if you're bending your arms, so right here, if you're going here and over, that's incorrect. Or if you're like one shoulder, two shoulder, that's incorrect. You want to do this as one fluid movement. So we'll do just a couple more. Here we go. Rotate, rotate, and rotate. These are great for your rotator cuffs, but you don't want to overdo it because that's a nice tender muscle, and if you tear that, it's a year recovery. So let's not tear that particular muscle. Okay, so next we're going to stretch triceps behind back. So with the tricep stretch, normally a lot of people take this back and push your elbow. What we're going to do is we're going to utilize this strap. So I'm going to grab it, put it behind my back, and I'm going to pull this bottom arm, so I'm waving right here, down to stretch my tricep. So let's hold it for about 15 seconds. One. Breathe. All right, and switch sides. So again, it's like coming back behind your head, let that fall, grab it with this hand, and you're going to use this hand to pull down, which is going to force your tricep back. And there you go, and back. I'm going to walk this up a little bit because I'm not getting very good stretch that way. There we go. So play with it, adjust it, modify. Notice that trying to open my chest, get my scapula back so I can get a nice, better stretch. And let's release that one. Okay. So the next two are a little difficult. They are in the prone position. This next one's called a scorpion lift. This is a strengthening exercise to work your upper or your lower back. This one's very weird, so let's go over it step by step. No more straps. So pretend we're a volleyball player. We're going to put our hands together and we're going to hit the volleyball. So this is what your arms should be like underneath your body because you're going to lay on your arms. So when we push forward, that's going to help you lift your legs up. So we're going to use a little bit of leverage here. Now we want to focus on the upper body. So we're just going to do, let's just practice 5 lifts for today, but at home I would probably suggest a couple of sets of 10, working on it, just baby lifts. The more strength you gain, the higher you can go. And eventually, when you get super flexible, you can lift to the point where your feet go over your head. But we're not going that far today. We're still in the baby steps. So, lay forward. Get those arms under you. And you're going to lift up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, difficult, but great. So next is a mermaid push-up. We're going to go to a prone position. Now with a cobra, normally your hands start with your chest, and you push all the way back up. This one, we're going to start a little bit forward, push up, slightly bend your elbows. So notice that slight elbow bent. And I'm going to use my hands, pretend you're grabbing the floor, and you're pulling your chest forward. This is going to isolate your upper back. We're going to do this for two sets of 10. Here we go. So slightly bend, pull, breathe, thinking about getting your chest forward. 9, 10, relax, wiggle it out, and then do it again. Slightly bent, grab the floor, chest forward. 10, breathe, and relax. Perfect. So that is it for today. A nice warm-up for any exercise routine, your daily routine. I look forward to seeing you for episode 3. We're going to start with bridges. We're going to go more into detail with our Egyptians, and we're going to start working our straddles. So we're going to have a lot of fun in this next one. See you guys.